Welcome to another edition of Robot Wars Extreme Warriors, where it's finals time here on the new TNN. Last time you would have seen Falcon Mark 2 devastate the opposition. And joining Falcon in the finals will be Panzer Mark 4, Rocky Bot-Boa, the Conquering Clown, Propellerhead, Rosie The Riveter, Tricerabot, and last but not least, Destructive Criticism.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mick Foley.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I don't blame him for being excited because this is the big one. Welcome to the Robot Wars Extreme Warriors Championship, the ultimate culmination of the Extreme Warriors Tournament. This is for all the marbles what the past 8 shows have all been leading up to. We started out with 48 robots, and in over 40 battles, they smashed, crashed, and bashed each other down to just 8. Those 8 mighty machines will be battling it out in a single-round elimination contest until only one remains. That robot will be named the Robot Wars Extreme Warriors U.S. Champion. Let's go down to Carol in the pits and get the story. Carol?
Thanks, Mick. Hi, I'm Carol Groh, and today is the day the teams are going to battle it out for the U.S. Championship title. We have 8 teams lined up, and they've already been through 3 rounds of punishment to get to where they are. They're chomping at the bit to get into the war zone and do some damage to their competitors. We have got the best of the best, but there can only be one champion.
That's right, Carol, and today fighting it out, we're going to see Tricerabot against Rocky Bot-Boa, Propellerhead against Falcon Mark 2, Conquering Clown 2 against Destructive Criticism, but first up, we're going to see Panzer Mark 4 against Rosie The Riveter. First, let's take a look at how those two got into the finals. Panzer Mark 4 took out Probophobia. Rosie the Riveter chalked one up for the good old Stars and Stripes by taking out Darkness.
Right outside the tunnel here in the pits, this is very exciting because both of these teams have won a position in the top 8. I have Panzer, I have Rosie the Riveter. Now, Panzer, you are the U.S. defending champions. How do you feel about going into this, and are you excited that you're at least now into the top 8?
Of the 8 people, there were 2 robots that really didn't want to face early on. One was Tricerabot and one was Rosie the Riveter. So it's going to be a hard battle right up front. It's going to have to be a lot of movement, a lot of dodging, and really being careful in order to not have him put me on my side and put me out.
Okay. Rosie the Riveter, how do you feel about going against the U.S. champs?
Well, they're obviously one of the best robots here.
Yes.
We're pretty nervous. We've never gotten this far as a team. And so we're delighted to be here, and this is going to be one of our toughest fights ever. So it's going to be great. We've seen Panzer fight a lot, and we know that the only way to beat them is to stay on them, stay aggressive every second, because if you give them a second, they'll take you out.
From Gresham, Oregon, Rosie the Riveter 2.
Another powerful pusher at 215 pounds. Rosie the Riveter has got aluminum and Lexan wedge and is fully invertible.
From Rancho Palo Verde, Panzer Mark 4.
And there's the reigning Robot Wars champ. Panzer Mark 4, 217 pounds, another awesome pusher with a pneumatic lifter to boot.
Roboteers, stand by.
And the housebots joining us in the corner patrol zones today will be Dead Metal with the pincers and the saw. And joining Dead Metal, the Big Daddy, 616 pounds of Sir Killalot.
3, 2, 1, activate.
Here we go for battle 1 of the finals. Rosie on evasive action immediately gets around to the side of Panzer, pushing Panzer across the arena and right into the grinders on the arena wall. Rosie's got quite a bit of power, and the way they've hooked their motors up, they're going to last a lot longer than Panzer probably will. Panzer's got the quick speed, though. But both of these bots have similar strategies. They're both the same type of bot, where they actually need to get around to the side of each other to do any real damage, because they got some mean power off that front. And Rosie gets right underneath Panzer MK4. Panzer gets out of trouble real quick. They both are running great traction with those tires. And Panzer has a go at Rosie now from the side. What a good battle. This is really tit for tat. Both of these bots are really quite equal, considering they're both about the same in weaponry and weight. As Panzer plows Rosie right into Dead Metal's corner patrol zone. And Rosie better get out of there. She was having enough trouble with Panzer. She doesn't want to mess with Dead Metal. And with that little tussle, she's managed to hit the pit trigger, opening up the pit, and Panzer is now trying harder than ever to get Rosie in the hole. Look at a little wheelie coming up out of Rosie. Oh no! Drops it in the pit. What a bad piece of driving for Rosie. Panzer squeaks through. Look at that. A little decoy move on Panzer's part. Rosie went running right at him. And look, oh, right hanging on the edge. Extremely unlucky driving for Rosie the Riveter. But Panzer goes through.
Cease.
Guys, this is what Robot Wars is all about. In a battle of two very evenly matched robots, you came out on the shorthand, but were you surprised at all with the power that the Panzer robot displayed?
No, not surprised at all. They've got an excellent robot, excellent driving, and we knew this was going to be tough from the beginning.
Okay. You guys did very well for yourselves. Now, even though you guys are the defending U.S. champions, I got to say that, in my mind, I was looking at you guys as the underdog. You'd come off some very tough victories, very close victories, and Rosie was kind of on a roll. What was your strategy going into the bout?
Well, with the tires they have, I knew they had more traction than what I had. So I actually had to set my lifter, and when I hit them from the front, I could lift them a little, and then I could push them at will. But from the back, they could push me at will. So it was a truly even contest.
All right. Well, like I said, it's those type of bouts that is what Robot Wars is all about. So I think you guys all deserve a big round of applause from everybody in our audience.
So after the first battle, Rosie the Riveter is the first victim. Next up, we're going to see Conquering Clown 2 and Destructive Criticism.
A fast and furious fight, and Rosie puts the nail in her own coffin by driving into the pit by mistake. Reigning U.S. champ Panzer gets a jump on the competition and advances to round 2. When we come back, more robots rip into each other in a quest for ultimate supremacy. Don't go away. Oh, yeah. Thank you, and welcome back to the Robot Wars Extreme Warriors U.S. Championships. Panzer, the U.S. reigning champ, has already advanced to round 2 in a frenzied fight with Rosie the Riveter. Is any of the competition up to his challenge? Let's go to the battle board and get the next matchup.
All right, Mick, we're going to see Conquering Clown 2, a real burner, up against Destructive Criticism. So Conquering Clown, in order to go through, had to take a little punishment from Sergeant Bash. But then it was time for them to dish out the punishment, and Unibite felt it with a washing machine. The Clown goes up against Destructive Criticism, who took out Marauder in a little assisted roboticide.
The pressure's on. I'm down in the pits. I got 2 teams ready to fight it out in the second battle of the grand finale. Destructive Criticism, Conquering Clowns. Destructive Criticism, how does it feel to be at the top of your class here? You're in the top 8.
It feels really good. Come a long way through a lot of tough fights and hope to continue on past this.
Okay, and what do you think that machine is going to do to the Clowns machine?
I think it's going to make them turn their smile upside down.
Okay, well, it sounds like a plan. Come on, Clowns. That was some tough talk over there. Congratulations on getting this far. It's been a struggle. Your machine has taken a beating.
Yes, it has, but we've had a repair crew on it. We've been doing real good, and we've got it back in perfect operating shape.
Do you have a strategy going into?
I don't think we have any problem with these guys. We got the big blade, we got the butterfly. Send these guys back to boot camp.
You got the butterfly. Can't lose the butterfly. It's hanging on by a thread, but we still got the butterfly.
Still got it.
Long Beach, California, Destructive Criticism.
And Destructive Criticism in at 220 pounds. It's got a spinning horizontal blade that goes up to 1,200 RPM and a rear-mounted wedge for defense.
From Silvis, Illinois, Conquering Clown.
Conquering Clown at 198 pounds. He's got a steel blade for a weapon and a really ugly face.
Roboteers, stand by.
The house bots in this round guarding the corner patrol zones will be the flame-throwing Bash. And joining Bash again will be Sir Kill-A-Lot.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
Here we go. The Clown taking his time to get to the center of the arena. Destructive Criticism's looking for a way in. But that blade on the front of Conquering Clown could do some damage, and something's been knocked off already. Looks like off the Clown, though, unfortunately. Destructive Criticism has got major tank-like design. In fact, these first two battles have been pretty militaristic, except I have no idea what army the Clown belongs to. Destructive Criticism now taking him in from the side, trying to back the Clown into the obvious flame trap. Because everybody likes to see the Clown burn. Destructive Criticism's got a major low center of gravity that the Clown is trying to get underneath. And that wedge design is the only way it's going to happen. Destructive Criticism's got its blade up to 1,200 RPM, and he's ripping shreds out of the Clown. The Clown's just looking like some major trouble there, whiplash and all. And Destructive Criticism's getting up. Look at the gash through that 3/4-inch steel galvanized frame. Well, Destructive Criticism looks fairly impenetrable as you look at the poor Clown button on the arena, and now the head is burning. I wonder if sympathy was a strategy for the Conquering Clown team, because they're certainly going to be getting it right now. That starter motor blade of the Clown's hasn't done too much damage either. It's falling apart, it's torched, and Destructive Criticism's definitely dishing out the criticism today, as Sir Kill-A-Lot has got the Clown, or what's left of the Clown, in that corner patrol zone. The 10-second clock is counting down, which means this is going to have to go to a judge's decision.
Cease.
Well, the Clown team definitely lost face in this battle. Let's see what the judges got to say about it. Before that, let's have a look at that battle. Destructive Criticism was looking sharp and tight and major powerful as it was plowing through the casing of Conquering Clown. Look at the holes it was making. And it had plenty of drive power, too. The Clown really spent most of the round burning up. So I don't think the judges will have much to decide on.
Hey, I've got some great news for these guys. Unfortunately, the Conquering Clowns have gone down, and Destructive Criticism moves ahead in our tournament. But guys, you did a tremendous job, right? You can't take that away from you. You had a lot of fun. You did well. Did you think you won the decision?
It was debatable.
Debatable?
It was
even
debatable.
though the Clown's head went up in flames?
I thought we had a chance.
Even though they bullied you and pushed you around the entire battle?
I thought we was going to win.
Okay, well, you didn't. Okay, but you did a great job. Guys, was there any doubt in your mind as to who the winners were?
Yeah, it was really close.
All right, now here's a big question that's on all our minds. If you couldn't dominate the Clowns, how do you expect to advance even further in the tournament?
Oh, but they're sweet-smelling faces. How could I even do damage to that?
So, well, I've got a startling confession to make. I never really liked you guys. But anyway, let's give it up for all our Roboteers.
So after two battles, Panzer Mark 4 and Destructive Criticism are going through to the finals. Down to you, Carol.
I'm standing here with the Frowning Clowns. Unfortunately, you guys got defeated. Destructive Criticism came in and did some destruction. You want to talk about the damage?
Yeah, they totally ripped our weapon right off, and they knocked the wheel loose, and they scrunched up the tire just like we were afraid they might.
Man, that stinks. What about the secret weapon? Looks like it's barely hanging on.
Even the secret weapon got a little flaming.
It's a little crispy up there.
The clown, rising from his own ashes to finish the fight, still gets eliminated by a judge's decision. Destructive criticism advances to round 2. When we come back, 2 more matchups yield 2 more robots within striking distance of the finals. You don't want to miss it. Two more robots are preparing to try and join Panzer and Destructive Criticism in the next round. Let's go to the battle board and find out who they are.
All right, Mick, next up, we're going to see Propellerhead up against Falcon Mark II. Propellerhead had no easy ride to the finals as they faced the awesome Revolutionist who tore its blade off, but then Propellerhead dumped him in the pit. And they'll be facing Falcon Mark II, who just barely scraped through up against Tricerabot.
Hey, I'm in the pits right outside the tunnel. I've got Propellerhead, I've got the Falcon Mark II. Propellerhead. Now, what is your strategy going into this battle? Because this is a big battle. Whoever wins this is going on to round 2.
Well, we're really fortunate to be here, and let me tell you, a wedge is probably the worst thing that Propellerhead could go against. So, but he's got 3 sides that are vulnerable, and we'll try to attack those parts of it and stay away from the front.
Okay, well, you got your caps on, thinking caps, you ready to go?
Now we're ready to fly into them.
Okay, Falcon. They said that they're a little vulnerable towards your wedge. Does that make you feel a little bit more confident?
Oh, we're completely confident. Out in the pit area, all the other Roboteers are coming in saying, hey, Falcon, good luck against Propellerhead. They got a machine with 90-mile-per-hour tip speed on their propeller. How are you guys going to beat it? You just got an aluminum bot. How are you going to do it? Well, we're going to do it. We got the best driver back here. He's going to stay in front of them. He's just going to run into our aluminum. It's going to suck up the hits, and eventually we'll get under him and flip him, and he's just going to be spinning in the air then.
From Faribault, Minnesota, the Falcon Mark II.
And there's the wedge shape of Falcon Mark II. At 215 pounds, these guys are boasting 220 pounds of lifted power.
From Louisville, Colorado, Propellerhead.
And in the spinning category, Propellerhead at 217 pounds, 90-mile-an-hour spinning blade. What else do you got to say?
Roboteers, stand by.
The house bots guarding the corner patrol zones will be Sir Kill-A-Lot. And joining Sir Kill-A-Lot, the flame-throwing capability of Sergeant Bash.
3, 2, 1, activate.
Here we go, spinner against wedge. A classic battle, a classic design. You heard their strategy in the pits. It's gonna be stay away from the wedge for Propellerhead, but they go right into the wedge and do some damage as well, as Falcon is sporting a big hole on the front of their casing. Propellerhead up to full speed with that blade, and now plows it right into the back of Falcon. There's a great little dance. He's stuck for a minute. And look at that. Falcon is taking no prisoners here, and Propellerhead as well. Propellerhead has got up to speed again, and Bash comes out of the corner patrol zone for no reason whatsoever, and RefBot will have some words to say about that. Propellerhead up to speed again, and a good piece of strategy goes into the pit trigger and then goes into Sergeant Bash, and then quickly out of dodge. That was some good driving right there by Propellerhead. Oh, Propellerhead up and over Falcon. Now Falcon wants something, but he's stuck under the grinder. And Propellerhead, no! Propellerhead is hanging on the edge. Oh, no. That was a gift for Falcon. Christmas come early.
In one booth, a team celebrates. In the other booth, dreams lie broken. But such is the way of Robot Wars, where there can only be one winner. And the Falcon is the winner as it marches on in its quest to become the Extreme Warriors champion. Propellerhead, although this team, the quest is over, may I say that you guys certainly were the sentimental favorite, and it's coming off such a great contest against the Revolutionist. May there have been a letdown?
Well, a little bit. We were actually, the strategy was to drive around the backside of the pit and make them come after us, and I just cut it a little bit too close.
All right, a little bit too close. Well, you gave me this great Propellerhead hat, and all these guys have given me as an attitude, but...
We'll give you a big hug, man. Come on. Give us love.
Don't ever touch me again.
You got it.
Okay, listen to me. You're smiling, you look like you're very happy with your performance, but let's face it, you got your butt kicked. Propellerhead time and time again tore into your metal carcass.
Yeah, but he tore into what we knew he was going to tear into. What they were hitting, it's just sheet metal. We'll pound it out, throw on a couple new sheets, and we'll be ready to go in no time.
Okay, you've spoken quite enough, young man. Okay, I'm not afraid to say that now that the clowns are out of it, I hate you guys the worst, and I wish you nothing but misery in the rest of your contest. But you did a great job, and so did you. Let's hear it for all the Roboteers.
So there it is. Propellerhead gets added to the casualty list. Next up, Tricerabot and Rocky Bot-Boa.
Propellerhead had no one to fear but himself. After tearing holes out of the Falcon, yes, he drove himself into the pit and out of the competition. When Robot Wars returns, one more robot claws his way into round 2, joining Falcon, who I hate, Panzer, and destructive criticism. More bot bashing on the way. Alrighty, thank you, and welcome back to Robot Wars Extreme Warriors. In our last match, Propellerhead propelled himself right into the pit, advancing the Falcon to round 2. One more spot remains in the next round. Let's go to the battle board and get the next matchup.
All right, Mick, we're going to see Tricerabot 3.0 up against Rocky Bot-Boa. So Rocky Bot-Boa in its road to the final had to take out the bat and had a little bat barbecue on the way. And Tricerabot met the Brawler to get to the final and put the Brawler in the pit. Down to you, Carol, in the pits.
Tension's rising. We're down here in the pits. I've got two teams ready to battle it out. Tricerabot, Rocky Bot-Boa. Whoever wins this battle is going on to the Final Four. Rocky Bot-Boa, tell me what your strategy is.
Well, we're going to go out there and we're going to try to do some of these guys that they never had done to them before. We're going to try to take them out, we're going to flip them over, and we're going to smash them until they just cry.
Well, I don't know if they're going to cry, but I have to say, you do have a tough robot. But Tricerabot, so do you. This is going to be a great match.
We've seen some tough robots on the way up, and I think we're ready for him. He's got a stout, basically solid hunk of steel with wheels, but we're just going to pound on until something breaks.
Well, you're pretty solid. Now, his energy level is high. Do you think that that's going to distract him up there driving his robot around?
Unless they got him plugged into the robot, I don't know if it's going to be much of an advantage.
From Corvallis, Oregon, Tricerabot.
And there's the new improved Tricerabot, whose primary weapon's a pneumatic flipper that can flip over 700 pounds. And this bot is fully invertible.
From Wheeling, North Carolina, Rocky Bot-Boa.
And Rocky Bot-Boa, 213 pounds, 4 wheelchair motors, 1 on each wheel, and a chainsaw blade mounted real low profile.
Roboteers, stand by.
And in the house bot corners, Shunt with a diamond edge axe. And Mr. Hothead, Sergeant Bash.
3, 2, 1, activate.
Well, the strategy in this battle is just going to be ram, ram, ram. And that's exactly what Tricerabot's done from the beginning. With the spikes underneath Rocky Bot-Boa, he's got Rocky up against the ropes. Right into corner patrol zone of Sergeant Bash. It looks like a Rocky sandwich there, as Bash, with the pincers, is trying to mash down a Rocky Bot-Boa, and Tricerabot flips Boa up, and the blade is now inverted. Good thing for Rocky Bot-Boa, he runs either way, as Tricerabot hits the pin trigger. It's a good bit of strategy as long as he doesn't drive in it himself. Tricerabot now having another run at Rocky Bot-Boa, who's quickly out of the flames. You can see the chain hanging off of that blade of Rocky Bot-Boa. It's not doing any damage. And back into the corner patrol zone, both of them. Tricerabot, now Shunt comes over to help with the Diamond Edge axe and buries it right into Tricerabot. Tricerabot gets flipped over, also invertible, fortunately for them. And Shunt goes back to its corner patrol zone. Rocky Bot-Boa back into the center of the arena, broadsiding Tricerabot over the flames and out of the flames. Rocky Bot-Boa definitely wasn't going to be using that saw anywhere soon in this battle, but definitely the drive power with those wheelchair motors on each wheel is going to keep them pushing Tricerabot across the arena. And Tricerabot's got a little power of his own. If this one has to go down to the judges, it's going to be a tough one to separate these guys. They've been in full battle mode from the very beginning as Rocky Bot-Boa looks intently down into the corner patrol zone for both of them. The 10-second clock counts down as Shunt buries the axe into Tricerabot again. And it looks like it's going to be all over, which wasn't a minute too soon for Tricerabot. Well, the judges tabulate the blows being traded. Let's take a look at that battle again. From the start, Tricerabot looked like they were going to have the upper hand, or upper horn. They flipped over Rocky Bot-Boa, which made absolutely no difference to the Rocky team. Shunt came over with the axe. They were both kind of hanging out in that corner patrol zone. Shunt flipped Tricerabot, which made no difference either. And the judges have their work cut out for them.
And our decision is in, possibly the closest decision in Robot Wars history. Our judges telling us the winner, Tricerabot. It was an excellent contest. They're chanting out there. The fans are chanting. Great action. Down to the wire. It's something of a surprise to me. I thought maybe that last round, as we know, Rock is usually famous for really pouring on in the last round. Do you disagree with the judge's decision?
Not at all, Mick. You know, it goes that way sometimes. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, you know. They got a great team. They got a great robot. We hope to see them again sometime.
In a really close decision, Tricerabot go through, which makes the semis look like this. Back to you, Mick.
Whoa, talk about an even matchup. Tricerabot's aggressive start won in the judge's decision, even after getting flipped by Shunt. In a close call, Rocky Bot-Boa is knocked to the canvas. When we come back, 4 bots go on to round 2. The suspense is killing me. Yeah, all righty. Well, thank you very much, and welcome back to Robot Wars Extreme Warriors U.S. Championships on the new TNN. We started out with 8 battle-scarred bots, and their fatality rate now stands at 50%. In round 1, 4 of those contenders were cut down. 4 more are going on to round 2. Only 2 will actually make it into the finals. Let's go to the battle board for the matchup.
All right, Mr. President, we're going to see Falcon Mark 2 up against Tricerabot. But first up, Panzer Mark 4 and Destructive Criticism.
From Rancho Palo Verde, Panzer Mark 4.
There's the reigning champ, Panzer Mark 4.
From Long Beach, California, Destructive Criticism.
And Destructive Criticism.
Roboteers, stand by.
And guarding this corner patrol zones will be Matilda with her tusks of doom. Joining her will be Shunt with a Diamond Edge axe.
3, 2, 1, activate.
Reigning champion Panzer first out to the center of the arena. Panzer right into the side of Destructive Criticism. Destructive Criticism's got a few tricks of his own, dragging that 1200 RPM blade right into the side of Panzer. Sparks are flying here in this arena as Panzer gets right under Destructive Criticism, hits the pit trigger, and leaves Destructive Criticism in a really precarious position. Back down on his wheels again. Panzer should have just left him alone. That could have been all over right then. Panzer actually might have lucked out because Destructive Criticism is not moving. Something must have got jarred loose as Refbot comes over to check it out. Trying to get the blade going. Refbot with a countdown. Oh, that would be a shame. Destructive Criticism had it all to play for, too. Unfortunately, it wasn't in the cards. As Shunt pulls a little bit out of Destructive Criticism, and they look stupefied up in the booth. The audience is chanting for the inevitable end of Destructive Criticism. And Panzer MK4 showing exactly why they're reigning champs.
Cease.
Wow, and a quick exit. Destructive Criticism are out of there. Panzer go through. Next up, Falcon and Tricerabot.
From Faribault, Minnesota, the Falcon Mark II. From Corvallis, Oregon, Tricerabot. Roboteers, stand by.
And guarding that corner patrol zone, Shunt with a reappearance. And joining Shunt, Matilda and her tusks of doom.
3, 2, 1, activate.
And there we go. Immediately, Tricerabot out to the middle, trying to bash Falcon. Falcon's only really got that wedge and a lifting arm for any kind of strategy. But Tricerabot has got some awesome pushing power, which it's putting to good use right now as it slams Falcon right into the rail, hits the pit trigger. Great bit of driving by Tricerabot. Tricerabot low to the ground with that lifting arm. He's got the arm right under Falcon. He's got enough power to put him right out of the arena. Let's see if he can do it. He's trying to get under him. And now he's too close to that corner patrol zone, and Matilda's taking the tusks out. And here comes Shunt with the axe, way out of his corner. And Falcon gets away to see another day and goes headlong right into Tricerabot, who didn't really take too much punishment off of that drive. Doesn't seem like Falcon has got anywhere near the power Tricerabot's packing. And Tricerabot with his spikes now, right into the side of Falcon. The audience is saying pit. He's lined up for it. Tricerabot's in the right place at the right time. Falcon's trying to back out of harm's way. Tricerabot's trying another angle. Tried to go through Refbot. That didn't work too well. And now he's got Falcon lined up again, trying to get right behind him. If Falcon has any sense whatsoever, they are going to stay away from that pit. And Falcon has just been taking evasive movement for the better part of half of this battle. As the 10-second clock starts to count down, if there's no clear winner, it's going to the judges. And it looks to me like Falcon squeaked through this one.
Cease.
The judges trying to make up their minds about this one. Let's just take a look and see how dominant Tricerabot was. They were taking their full motor power and pulling Falcon all the way across the arena from one side to the other. Falcon had some major troubles. The driving ability of Tricerabot opened the pit, but couldn't quite get Falcon down it.
And a decision that causes my heart great joy. Tricerabot. It was an excellent match, and I just want to say, Falcon, there's something I've been wanting to say to you for a long time. And you guys thought you were so hot, you went down. You went down hard, but hey, it was a good fight. In my opinion, you lost to a credible, maybe even a superior robot. I want to know what your feelings are now. I want to know how hurt you are, how wounded, how emotionally insecure. I hate you guys.
So with Falcon out of the way with destructive criticism, this is how the final looks. Reigning champ Panzer Mark 4 and Tricerabot.
Tricerabot, in another close call by the judges, advances to the finals and right now is the only one who is standing between Panzer and another U.S. championship. Will Panzer repeat, or can the Dinobot send Panzer back to boot camp? Stick around, the final matchup determines a new U.S. champion when we come back. All the rest have fallen, only 2 are left. These are the best of the best, taking the test to find out who's at the top of the class. Panzer and Tricerabot for the Robot Wars Extreme Warriors U.S. Championship. School is in.
That's right, Mick, and who's going to be the teacher, Panzer Mark 4 or Tricerabot? Down to you, Carol.
I'm right outside the tunnel getting ready for the U.S. Grand Championships, and one team's going to take this home. This is what it's all about. I've got the U.S. Grand Champions Panzer going against the challenger Tricerabot. Let's go talk to the teams. Okay, Tricerabot, what's your strategy? What are you going to do to the U.S. Grand Champs to get that title away from them?
Everything we can. That's a formidable robot, and I think we're just going to have to pound on them as hard as they're going to pound on us.
Are you confident that your robot's ready to go? Do you think there's any glitches?
It's held together this far. I think it'll make it through one more round.
Okay, well, good luck.
Thanks.
U.S. Grand Champs, you've got to hold on to your title. How do you plan to do that?
We're going to have a bashing time here.
Have you done any adjustments to your robot?
Well, one of the most important things we did is we added our mascot on the top.
I noticed that. Very cute.
And that's about it.
Rancho Palo Verde, Panzer Mark 4. From Corvallis, Oregon, Tricerabot. Roboteer, stand by.
There's the Panzer team with Todd Mendenhall at the controls, Valerie Mendenhall and Jim Hart. And there is Panzer with a new mascot. And Tricerabot team with Mike Morrow with the controls, Nicole Morrow and Ron Ender. And there's Tricerabot. And for this final, Sergeant Bash will be having control of one of those corner patrol zones. And the other corner covered by Shunt.
3, 2, 1, activate.
And here it is for all the cookies. Immediately a massive collision in the center of the arena. Panzer and Tricerabot head to head. These guys are really equal. And Panzer drives Tricerabot into the rail. Tricerabot quick on the defense and back into Panzer. And Panzer's got Tricerabot up on the grinder. Up on the reel. Panzer, great bit of driving. That mascot has made all the difference in the world as Tricerabot just kind of looks on. Tricerabot for a moment had Panzer up on 2 wheels, which would have been devastating for Panzer, who's not an invertible bot like Tricerabot. These guys, if they get stuck upside down, they're staying that way. And Tricerabot knows it as they're trying to get that wedge right underneath Panzer again. Flames are a-flying. What a battle this is for a final. You can hear the tires screeching and the metal mashing as Panzer plows Tricerabot into the side and Bash gets in on the action, pretty much separating these two who are creating major lethal force against each other. Panzer looking on. Panzer up underneath Tricerabot, and Tricerabot with that lifting arm goes right into Panzer again. Both of these teams plenty hungry to win this one. Panzer Panzer got Tricerabot into Shunt's corner patrol zone. Shunt tried to bury the axe, and fortunately Tricerabot got out of the way. And Panzer's looking good every time, trying to get under Tricerabot and flip him out of the arena. Tricerabot, his strategy is definitely to flip Panzer upside down. There's a little bit of a weight advantage on Panzer's part as he pushes Tricerabot right into the spinning disc trigger with a 10-second clock going down. Tricerabot definitely looks like they're going to be saved by the bell on this one. And while the judges have to make a decision, let's take a look at some of the highlights of that amazing battle. Right from the beginning of this battle, these guys were tearing each other limb from limb. Really amazing design. Both of them had great ramp speed, a lot of good arena speed, a lot of power to put them up and over. These guys are going to be tough to separate.
Well, it seems like last year's U.S. champion is this year's U.S. champion. The team of the Panzer goes home with the big prize, and deservedly so. A tremendous contest and a tremendous hug right there. Anyway, Tricerabot, you guys have been through the ringer, been through some very tough matches. Do you think possibly, especially your matchup with Rocky Bot-Boa, may have taken the life out of your machine?
I think we are paying for some of the damage we've accumulated working our way to this point, but I want to congratulate these guys. They have an amazing robot, and he's an amazing driver. There's a reason why Panzer is a second-time champ.
Indeed, but remember, you were the ones who took out the Falcon, and for that alone, you will always be champions in my book. I hate those guys. But anyway, as I mentioned, Valerie, some very enthusiastic hugs there. Do you think that may have been the difference in the championship?
Always the love and support of a good woman is worth a lot.
But I can't help but notice that this guy gets no love, and I'm gonna. There you go. History-making moment right here on Robot Wars. You definitely do deserve to be the Robot Wars U.S. champion, and you deserve a little visit from our pitch presenter, Carol Groh, to give you the big title. Congratulations, guys. That's it for this episode of Robot Wars. Make sure to tune in next time when more of the world's greatest robots slug it out in a battle for robotic supremacy. For Carol Groh, I'm Mick Foley saying until next time, fight on, and let's hear it for all our Roboteers.
Next time on Robot Wars, we're going to see 6 bots fighting it out in the Annihilator with Cyclone, Hyperactive, Brute, Thor's Hammer, Revenge, and the Termite.